جماعه اشهد ان لا اله الا الله، والله في زلزال دلوقتي في الخصوص. زلزال بقاله دقيقه بالظبط
يا جماعه. عندنا زلزال دلوقتي. الولاد خايفين، بس الولاد خايفين زي ما انتم شايفين. ان شاء الله خير.
يعني لا شك أنه الزلازل والهزات الأرضية المتكررة بتثير مخاوف كبيرة. بيانات المركز الأورو-متوسطي لرصد الزلازل أعلنت أنه في زلزال ضرب منطقة الحدود بين جزر دوديكانيز وتركيا وشعر بسكان مصر. لكن بعد كده يعني خرج بيان من المعهد القومي للبحوث الفلكية في مصر وقال طمأن الناس الحمد لله أن مصر لم تدخل حزام الزلازل، ومركز الزلزال هو تركيا، وتحديدا في يعني المنطقة النشطة زلزاليا. طبعا الناس يعني قامت بتصوير بعض الفيديوهات، ويمكن عرضت لحضراتكم جزء بسيط منها. لكن العالم الهولندي الرجل الغامض عاد مرة أخرى ليثير مخاوف يعني بشأن شهر 6 الحالي. كان ليه كلام وتحذيرات من انه التغيرات اللي بتحصل في الجو، ورقم 1 تحرك الكواكب والنجوم بيؤثر على الأرض وعلى الهزات الأرضية.
Well, strong earthquakes but not too strong, and in the low 6 magnitude range, multiple events. Okay, that's what we actually had. Again, the seismic response very much depends on the stress levels in Earth's crust. On to the next time frame, until the 11th of June. At first it doesn't look too critical, although we have this lunar conjunction with Mars. Actually it was yesterday, so we could see later that tomorrow some seismic response could be in a higher 5 or 6 magnitude range. Then we have a lunar conjunction and high green peak with Saturn and Neptune. Saturn is closing in on Neptune as seen from Earth, so that will remain for quite some time on the SGI graph. They don't move too fast. Saturn moves faster than Neptune because it's close to the Sun. But that's on the 4th, and we could see a seismic response there on around the 6th, if you count about 2 days from that lunar peak. And it could go into the 6 magnitude range, but it is not directly preceded by really critical planetary geometry, so it may not be all that much. The really critical convergence that we're going to have is on the 8th and 9th, because there we have 2 planetary conjunctions involving Mercury and Venus on the 8th and on the 9th. And that as we look at the solar system, we see here Earth, Mercury and Jupiter in a conjunction. Earth is directly involved here. And we see Mercury, Sun and Venus also almost at the same time. There are some 9 hours in between on the 8th, and that's followed by a lunar conjunction with Uranus on the 9th. If you look back at the SGI graph, we see that with the green peak, Moon, Earth, Uranus, that follows on the critical planetary geometry, and as a result we could see stronger seismic activity on the 10th, possibly later on the 10th, and then we actually arrive at the full moon on the 11th. There's an interesting time if you look at this sequence. We have the critical planetary geometry, then we have the lunar conjunction with Uranus, actually it's an opposition, and then the full moon. And because of that convergence of planetary geometry with Mercury, Venus on the 8th, we could see an obvious seismic response later on the 10th, on the 11th, that's my estimate, and in a worst case scenario that could reach magnitude 7. This is because Earth directly involved with Mercury and Jupiter, and also Mercury, Sun, Venus. That combination shouldn't be underestimated. So later on the 10th, on around 11th, that's around the time of full moon, there could be an obvious seismic response, definitely into the 6 magnitude range, maybe magnitude 7, depending on the stress levels in Earth's crust. This is the update for now. Stay safe. Until next time.